welcome. This is Shams and Doodles, and this is your host Anandada. Today we are going with a video of another reading journal, and this time our focus will be on the book The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. Honestly, when I was working on this reading journal, I had very when I was actually reading this journal, then I had very mixed thoughts about starting this book was just like sitting there on my desk, and I keep like picking it up and then putting it down, and was like, should I even give it a try? Will it be worth it? And every time I start to like open one or two page, I just keep like then I just closed it because I felt like this is a very this is a very like special book, and it deserves its own attention. I have like the original paperback, and I just wanted to, when I wanted to start this book, I really wanted to give it my all instead of like, my half baked attention. If you have read Silent Patient, which was like very good book, this is the same author. So it's his it's his another book, The Maidens. So we are going to do a bit of non-spoiler review about it. I'm gonna not gonna disclose about everything that happened in that book, but at the same time I will include here and there bits by bits about what exactly happened, so that you at least get the idea of what's going on, what happened, and what to expect when you are going to read that book. Let's start from the characters. So, this story is about a woman named Mariana, and she has a very healthy and loving relationship with her husband, or ideally that's what she thought. So it's with her husband Sebastian, and then they have this other girl named Zoe, which they adopted. And then also this there is another character, Professor Edward Fosca. All right, we'll go on each of this character, and then there is a very small but cute character, that's Fred. So I'm gonna go on each of them one by one. So Sebastian is like Mariana's husband, but he died in an incident, and now Mariana like live alone, and she's a group therapist. She like heals people, and she gives therapy to like a group of people, and then they discuss about issues what bothering, how group therapy works like that. So what happened is, between these time frame, the story takes place when there is one murder happened, of course, because it's a psychological thriller and crime thriller. So a murder happened, and they this happened where Zoe was taking her classes. So Mariana had to go there. And this is a story about her like going through all the things that was happening in that school. And there's this very weirdly spooky professor professor Edward Fosca, who is actually too much infatuated with Greek. And also there are twists and turns. The best thing about psychological thriller is its twists and turns. Never disappoint you, never fail to disappoint you, will never disappoint you. So, what happened here is, there are many parts where you actually realize how much you are getting connected. Like, that book is like a free therapy. And there are parts, there are sections where you actually feel like it's talking to you, and that's sort of creepy and also sort of comforting. Like, there were parts that were comforting to me. So I went ahead and like give it a go, and there are times when I cried too. So I always noticed this with Alex Michaelides' book, that they have like the most unhinged plot. You don't have any idea where they are gonna go. Same went with silent patient. Like it start from two different alter dimension. One dimension is about Theo, second dimension is about the patient, and then when both merged right in the middle, my jaw was on the floor. Like literally, that is silent patient in a nutshell. Maidens happen in Maidens, you see both POVs. Like you see a POV about perspective how Mariana's experienced the things with Sebastian, her husband, her late husband, and how she is currently dealing with the whole murder scenario. And then this is about Mariana, Sebastian. There's about Professor Edward Fosca. I want to disclose something, and I don't want you to, like, I don't want to alter your imagination, but I keep relating this Professor Edward Fosca, like, if there is ever in in alter universe they are gonna make a movie on this book. I truly hope they choose the professor in the money heist. I'm sure you got it. So I truly imagine that person to play the role of Edward Posca. I don't know why I'm saying this. I may be creepy for thinking even that. But it just fits that character so bloody much that I just can't unsee it. I just can't unsee that. It's just embossed in my brain. Whenever I read about any POVs of Professor Edward Fosca, just his face like popped right in front of my face, and I keep imagining it and be the perfect character for this. And you can't like unsee it when you start reading it. There are some gonna trigger topics in this book. You will meet some pedophiles. There, I said it. They're going to be pedophile, so if suggest you reconsider it. But things get ugly in this book, like really, at a point things get ugly. That's it. I can't unravel it more than that. Zoe, you will have you will have, like, with each page you will unfold a new character about her. Here we will talk about, like, now we'll talk about Professor Fosca. So Professor Edward Fosca is like this very super hot dude. It is criminal for some places to professor to be this hot, but he is depicted as this hot villain in this book, and he is obsessed about Greek mythologies, and there is actually a cult made of like six, or I guess a 6 or 8 girls, that is like that is called the Maidens, and they are like this like the fan community just for Professor Edward Fosca. And also these 6 to 7 girls, 8 girls are all like chabols, like very highly rich popular girls, and they are in contact with Edward Fosca, and they get special lessons by Mr. Fosca. And what these special lessons are, you will learn in the book. Okay, so this is what about Professor Edward Fosca. And what happened actually, the reason why, if you like progress in the story, you will realize, like, somehow Professor Edward Fosca is like in the center of this murder. He knows some too much about these murders, so obviously it gives him the suspicion. And Mariana, from the start to the end, she's just crazily suspicious about this person. She keep suspecting this person and try out every single thing in her domain to just prove that that person is guilty. And honestly, in times you will also feel like, you know what, he actually seems guilty. So this is a very few donut shaped information I can review about Professor Edward Fosca. Then there is Fred. He has a very small character, like it's a non-existence in that book, but you know he is the sweetest character in the book. I'll repeat. He is one of your character who is soon over our female main character. He is very supportive. He's a scientist, but he's very supportive. He's very cute. He's always stick with Mariana through the till the end. I repeat, till the end. He sticks with her, and there are times where you might even question Fred. You know, the best thing about psychological thriller is you just can't wrap your head around a single character. You are going into the book, you have to, like, everyone is a suspect. You can't say that person is a victim or they are innocent. When I go into a book and when I know it's a crime thriller or a psychological thriller, everyone is a suspect in that. I suspect everyone. So at the time, I suspect Fred too. And you know what? Alex is actually a very Alex actually played with our minds in last few chapters. He make it like everyone, like literally you can't trust anyone in that book. There will be a point you won't be able to like say you won't be able to say like this person might be innocent. No, no, that person might be the killer too. So this is my whole review about Maidens, and I truly hope you enjoyed it. And also one more thing, apart from everything, English is not my first language, so if you go with the comments and keep pointing out my grammatical mistakes, I'm very sorry. There will be a long list of, I am aware of it, you are also aware of it by now. If not, you will be aware of it. So just I apologize in advance. I apologize in advance for all the mistakes I'm gonna make in grammar. English is not my favorite language, but again, since most of the audience prefer, and also there are things which I feel like would be best to depict in English. That's why I use English. Okay, now back to the point. So we were talking about the Fred character, and we are almost done with it, I guess. Yeah. So this is it, and well, we are at the end of our video, and I hope you enjoyed it because I very much had fun and enjoyable moment while reviewing it, while reading it. I don't know why no one is talking about it that much. Maybe because of the sensitive and trigger topics that are discussed in it, but it is a good read. Like if you really want to give it a read, go for it. It's good. It's worth it. Yeah, it's worth your time. Do let me know in comments if you have read this book and if you have any particular thing that you would like to share, and also spoiler comments. Please mention a spoiler alert so that our newbie readers who are going to get into the book, they will also get to enjoy this. Alrighty, bye bye, sayonara. Thanks for watching.